How are we doing, everybody? Welcome to another installment of Truth or Tinfoil. And as you can see at the bottom, I've got a ticker going. Oh my goodness, I'm actually kind of halfway a real YouTuber now. Yay me, yay
Oh
me.
man,
Oh, good
I'm loving
luck.
the new intro. By the way,
You like that?
I'm loving it.
That was one of just kind of threw together. I mean, well, I took the one text did and I replaced the music out of it, obviously, and I had to put some little bits of more information in it. Wait do you see the extra? That's the one I actually played with a
Oh
little bit more.
yeah,
So, but and we're welcoming everybody. Remind everybody right after we get done here, head over to Texas Front Porch. You got Infamous Minds with Tex and Danielle. Provided Tex made it back, but we'll see if he made it back or not. But Danielle and them, they're all set up, ready to go at 8 o'clock, or correction, 6 o'clock. I almost said 1800 there. Woo, man,
ooh,
it's gonna be a fun night tonight. I can already tell. And with Brandy traveling back home, as you can see, I have a perfectly worthy guest host today. How you doing,
thank
Mr.
you.
Donny?
Doing pretty good. Enjoying my weekend. Gonna go back to some Helldivers 2 after this, but yeah,
Ooh,
happy to be
yeah,
here.
that's cool.
I
And
love
yeah,
I, I love nuking aliens for democracy.
there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Always,
there you go.
always. Anything you take out aliens for democracy, and
For liberty, for
yeah,
freedom.
that sounds good. We'll
Yeah.
work at it. All right, let me try and go through the spiel for the weekdays coming up. So tomorrow night you have 7 o'clock. These are all Central Times, mind you. These are all Central Times. Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, you have Danielle Diva with the Diva Dimension, and then right behind that, at about 8:15, they kind of shifted a little bit so that we got some time between shows. You've got Tex with Texas Front Porch, and on Tuesday night we have Bigfoot Michigan Rob with Beyond BMR, and I'm trying to remember, do we have anything else on Tuesday night other than that? I don't think so. But Wednesday, we have at 7 o'clock, we have Donny Cho says stuff. And trust me, he
Yeah.
has a lot to say sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And then right
You were a
behind that,
guest the
you
last show. Yeah, you
yes,
were
I
on the
was,
last
and we
show.
had a
Yeah.
blast with it. I mean, we could have gone easily for 2 or 3 hours on just that one
Yeah.
topic. No, but and then right behind that, we've got Inhumanoids with Martin Nunley at 8 o'clock. And then on Thursday night, we have Our Paranormal World with Monica Rollins. And most likely Tex will be joining in, most likely on that one as well. And at 8 o'clock, we have the Blondes and the Booze with their Blondes and Booze podcast. Then on Friday nights at 7 o'clock, we have the Blondes and Booze and the Woo, which is another one of their podcasts. And then followed behind that, we have Josh coming up with Paranormal Roundtable at 8, I believe, that night. We don't currently have anything on Saturdays, but on Saturday night, our friend Paul Anthony, Paranormal Paul from Paranormal Among Us is, I think that's what it was. Yeah, Paranormal Among Us. He has his show on Saturday nights. And then right back here on Sunday, away we go. Us at 5 o'clock, and again with Infamous Minds at 6. Wow. I can't believe I remembered everything.
It's a lot of show, folks. It's a
Yeah,
lot of content. Yep.
a lot of content. Come see it all. Catch it on the flip side. If you can't see it, catch the replays. And we also have it on Spreaker out there. All the shows are out there on Spreaker. Go grab them, and we'll make sure that, they're out there for you to download for your listening pleasure. Okay, so since I had you here, Donnie, I sent
Hmm.
you, like I told you, I said I got a couple of things I wanted you to look at, and I want to get your opinion on them. Now, you know
Right.
as well as I do. Couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I left. I wasn't able to be here, and Tex and Brandy were running the show, and I sent them some pictures. I don't know how they didn't get all the pictures, but they didn't get all the pictures. I don't know. They were in my outbox. I don't know why they didn't get them in their inbox. But I was asking them to look at the Ningen, which we talked
Right.
about a little bit before the show. The Ningen, we're pretty sure, and most likely is true. It's it's not really a forest per se, but it is a what was a creepy pasta that just
It's a
took on a life of
creepypasta.
its own. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it took on a life of its own. It really did. And now you got people believing this throughout. Now we're going to look at this first one that gives a little bit of an explanation on it. Okay, and this picture, I shouldn't say this picture, this flyer, it's really more of a flyer and a splash page than anything else. And we've got what
There it
they're
is.
calling a Ningen. Okay, I'm gonna let everybody read that first because
Yeah.
I'm assuming y'all are out there, y'all can read. So it's just one of those things.
Well,
Uh,
if you're visually impaired, I'll just read it out loud. The ningen, a Japanese cryptid, is a very large animal allegedly sighted by Japanese fishers. The name ningen literally means human. The creature not only has a face, but arms and hands as well.
yes. Now, I'm I can't.
Right?
What do you see in the top picture? I mean,
A merman.
yeah. Well, what's above him?
What is above him? What is that?
A diver. There's literally
Oh, that's
a
supposed to be a size
diver.
comparison? Oh, geez.
No, it's not a size comparison. This guy, I bet money, is underwater taking a picture of a whale that's going by. And somebody else took the picture from the aspect we're seeing right now. The only
Yeah,
reason I say that is look back here at the tail. That right
that
there
definitely,
tells me
yeah,
that's the backbone ridges of a whale. Okay.
yeah,
Which leads to believe this whole area obviously has been altered in some way, shape, or form. And I'm like I said, this guy is there. If I'm in the water with that thing, you can bet your butt I'm not stopping to take a picture of it.
I mean, if it's got hands like that, though.
Yeah, it would already reached up and grabbed him. You'd
Yeah,
have thought, right?
right.
I mean, yeah, Eves is right. That's Photoshop at its best, right there. It really is. I mean, you can't even. You could tell a little bit if I zoom in right here. You could see a little bit of a discoloration going across here. Now you could attribute that to waves in the water and such like that, but not in a circular pattern like this right here. See what I'm talking about?
Right.
Same thing over here.
Yeah,
So this whole thing has been superimposed. And my bet is, of course, I can't really get too good, but you can see the little telltale signs of a overlay where they superimpose this image over the top of the original image. You see where I'm talking about? That
right.
line
Yeah, I
goes
see
right
it.
up along it. So, yeah, we know it's fake. We're not going to say insult anybody's intelligence, no, because we already know that the Ningen is a creepypasta, freaking urban legend, if you want to call it that, or
Right,
just folklore, straight out folklore. Okay, but then you get to these down here. Well, gee, okay, quite obviously, looking at those two, hey, we're looking at icebergs. We're literally looking at icebergs, if you ask me.
right.
I'm gonna zoom in on this one because this one I didn't get a chance to look at real close. Now, obviously, something there is making somebody think there's an eye there. I'm assuming, but you could even see the icicles dripping off right here. Somebody say, "Oh, that's just the water where it come up out of the water." No, that's an icicle. I bet money that's an icicle coming off of it.
Hmm.
Because where's the wake? Where's the wake of it coming out of the water? Really? There's a little bit of a ripple here, but he's not coming straight up and just going straight back down. There's going to be something making wake out. Uh oh,
Texas like, hey,
Texas
look,
here.
it's a ningen.
Ningen. Here, let me help you pronounce it again. Ningen. 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 It was funny though. I enjoyed that whole show actually because when I'm sitting there
Yeah,
watching, I'm like, oh my god, this is so funny. All right, but see, like that one
yeah.
comes out. Yeah, this one
No,
even looks more like a iceberg to me, just a larger one
yeah.
maybe.
I mean, icebergs can be any shape, and
Yeah,
if it's all white like that, and the way it's just either that's an
and
iceberg or that's a weird creature like into water face down.
yeah, and
But
I
it
don't know what
looks like,
creature would be looking like that. Really,
yeah,
I really don't. I mean,
it
because
looks
that's
like a
just
lousy swimmer.
yeah. So I mean, now
So
as I
yeah,
look at him, yeah.
I
What
looked
was
it
your
up. Yeah, I looked it
yeah
up. Ningen. So
yeah
apparently, it was this. It was essentially the Japanese equivalent of what Slender Man is, a creepy
Slender Man?
pasta
Yeah.
that was sort of kind of started as like an internet rumor
Uh huh.
of especially sightings of like this giant aquatic creature. You know what I think it is about these creepy pastas like Slender Man and Ningen?
Yeah.
It's the creatures that the people of that given culture, they want to be real,
Yeah.
right?
It
Like a
makes
lot of
sense.
these people who are into all this paranormal stuff here in the West, they
Yep.
want something like Slender Man to be real, right? The shadow person, even though we have a lot
Or
of shadow
or the
people stories.
skinwalkers, you know, or stuff like
Right.
that. Yeah.
People in Japan, they love themselves some giant monsters, man. They're
Oh,
they're
yeah.
obsessed with them. Kaiju,
Yeah, kaijus for sure.
right? So they
That's
they they
that's
love that stuff.
yeah, I see what Moon got. If Japanese here, I'm gonna put it, if the Japanese truly took these pics, they would have taken the animal to yeah, you would have thought that you're right. If it Japan depending the way they're saying this is a whaler group of whalers that saw this, you'd bet they'd be throwing if they thought it was any way, shape, or form an actual creature, they're throwing a harpoon at it.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna try
They
and see
lo-
if they can get something out of it, you know?
they love
I
themselves
mean,
some whale meat, man.
yeah, and while obviously we know that certain areas of the world, whaling is unallowed is illegal, but
Right.
and even for and if it comes to blue whales are illegal, period, throughout the world. But
Right.
sometimes it happens because of a misidentification or something like that, and if they do that, they don't want anybody to know about it because it's gonna cost them their jobs and their money. So, it's,
They love whale meat over there.
everything we talk about, we talk about this stuff that takes on a life of its own. All these legends, every one of them at one time had some sort of root in fact or the legend of the folklore of the area.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
There's something that started this. It may have taken on a life of its own and created this that we're seeing now, but there was something at one time to cause somebody to go, "Hey, what the heck?"
And if you study Japanese folklore, a lot of their like mythological like creatures and beasts and
Yep,
fantastic whatever, a lot
yep,
of it's ocean related because think about them culturally as a society, right? You have
yeah, definitely,
an area the size of California that's all island. The whole
yeah.
culture is based around the ocean. A lot of their cryptids,
Fishing,
a lot of their stories are going to be related to the ocean, much more
yep,
than somewhere in the States, where you have entire sections of the population who've never even seen the sea, right?
yes, yeah, yeah. So, but I mean, it's if somebody's got a picture of it, it's still worth looking at to say, yeah, I don't think so. You can call it whatever you want, but that doesn't mean that's what it actually is. And you
Right.
can see here, you can see the wake around the actual immediate part of the figure here, and it just looks like a bobbing iceberg, really, if you want to get right down to it. So,
But by the way, Randy, have you ever tried whale meat while you were over in Asia?
no, I never did. They didn't have it in the spots that I was at. Of course, we didn't have
Hmm.
the high end restaurants. I was never physically in Japan. My daughter was. She was stationed in Camp Zama. My daughter and her husband were stationed in Camp Zama in Japan. I don't know. I've never
Okay.
asked them if they've had the whale meat or not. Now, as far as Korea, I mean, when we're Korea, I mean, bulgogi, I hate to say it like this, but bulgogi and kagogi, that was our a big mainstay. Especially
Yeah,
hey, well, you
bulgogi,
want something? Let's
man.
go get some meat on a stick. Go get a meat on a stick. Let's go.
Yep.
So I mean,
Koreans, we are like I call us the Asian no no the Texans of Asia
yeah,
because our culture is all based around barbecue.
yes, everything
Yes,
is barbecue,
everything
and
is
that's
barbecue over there.
they tried to feed me kimchi one time when I was over there, and now I didn't do a full year in Korea. I just did a little trip there on a little what we call the field problem. We flew over and partook of Team Spirit is what it was called at the time,
Mm,
and we're there, and of course, Ajima. Everybody loved Ajima. We don't know anything.
right.
We're from Fort Campbell, Kentucky. We're like, what are you talking about? Ajima. We get over there. Ajima's beating us up and down the hills. I mean, she is literally kicking our, what, and she's dragging this big old cart up and down these mountains, and we're like, uh, hey, wait a second, you know?
Oh, I think Texas talking smack about Korean barbecue. That's not gonna fly here. I have
Oh,
okay,
I about to
real quick
say,
aside, my Korean best friend, he was like a chef and a restaurateur. He
yeah,
entered like this barbecue contest in North Carolina where it was all these like,
yeah, yeah,
Classic American people, and my buddy walks out with the trophy. You know what he made to win that entire contest and to embarrass all of those hometown American people, bulgogi, the
Hell
most
yeah.
basic dish.
The
And he
basic
just,
bulgogi?
yeah,
Oh my goodness.
I think
But
he
you
could
know what?
defeat Tex in the barbecue contest. There, I said it. Them's fighting words.
Hey, I'm gonna say this so you can hear it too. I think he could beat Tex in a barbecue contest too. And I've had Texas barbecue.
We're gonna have to make it happen. I'm gonna have to get him
Okay.
over to
Well,
Texas. Anyway,
yeah. So yeah, I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on the Ningen
yeah.
there, because that's one of those that I really, yeah, it was a shot in the dark in the first place because I was like, there's no way this thing's out there because there's no way. I mean, I understand there's stuff that we have not seen probably at the bottom of the ocean or in mid level of ocean, especially in the Pacific because of how deep it is in spots.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff we don't know about out there, and case in point, how long was it before we actually saw a live specimen of a giant squid?
There have been speculations,
But it was
rumors,
like till
stories.
2010, 2012 when it came up with
Right.
the Japanese fishermen and the actual moving, breathing, living
Right.
giant squid. I mean, we had remains and stuff, but this thing, and we're not talking about a little bit. This thing was monstrous. It was huge. It was what,
Mm,
40 foot long? I mean,
right.
so I mean,
And
and
you know
then you got the
why?
colossal squid, which is just a different version of it, which instead of suckers, it's got hooks on its daggum uh tentacles.
You know why the colossal squid and the giant squid are special to me, Randy?
What's that?
Because they are cryptids that have graduated from cryptidhood.
Exactly.
They graduated.
They're a case study right there of how cryptids can go from cryptid to real that quick.
Right.
So, colossal squid was just cool to me because the first time I ever saw one, I'd never even heard of one till the one that they caught on camera and then brought up the it was caught on one of the cameras that were down deep. I can't remember which show did it, but it was down deep with a bait, and you could see the squid's tentacles come up, and you see
I
it come
remember
out.
that.
And when
Yeah.
they tried to bring it up, they brought a tentacle up with it, and it showed the tentacles and the sucker, and it had those gigantic hook barbs on them like that. And I'm like, that's not a normal, giant squid. The colossal squid had those hooks. That's the only
Right.
real difference between the two.
Yeah, I remember when they first came out with the first picture of a giant squid, I was like, "Oh my god, they're real."
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So much so. I mean, I could not believe it myself. I mean, but it was cool to find out. It really was. So I'm not going to show this other. Yeah, I got to. Y'all got to see this one just for fun of it. This was supposedly
Oh
another
yeah.
Ningen. Now, quite obviously, we're
Water
dealing with
alien.
cartoon. We're dealing with cartoon stuff here. So it literally no way, no how, no it might as well be the mothership out in outer space. Honestly,
I mean, that could be anything.
exactly. You don't know if it's underwater. You don't know if it's in outer
Yeah.
space. You don't know anything. So, but it was supposedly
It's a
an
great alien of the sea.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the grays. There's one. Have at it.
Yep.
Okay, so
USOs,
now
baby.
I'm gonna pull up the one. This is not an actual picture. This is a drawing. Okay, and this is we talked about it before the show. I wanted you to kind of give more of a update on this one because I don't know enough about this one.
Mhm.
But I mean, the first time you heard it when we were just talking about it. So,
Yeah, it was the first time I ever heard of it.
and this is I'll let you pronounce it because I know I'm going to screw it up again because I keep wanting to say bioma for some reason.
Right. It's called the Jangsan Bum.
Yep,
Jangsan is the name of a mountain, right? San means mountain. So
yep,
Jangsan is like Jang Mountain and Bum means tiger. So it literally means the tiger of Jang Mountain.
yeah,
It's
and
yeah, a Korean cryptid.
yeah, and there's no pictures of it that I've been able to find. The ones that I have found, excuse me, are at best renditions, I guess you might say, artist renditions. There's a couple of pictures, but they look like cats, is what they look like. They
Right.
look like weird headed cats, and I know people have seen those white maned Maine Coon style cats that are out there in videos everywhere. So um, this one is like an omen thing. a harbinger of death, the
Right.
way I understood it
Yeah,
when I
it's
was
got
reading about it.
spiritual elements to it.
Exactly. So, you know, would it have been cool to actually find somebody that's actually taking a picture of what may have been one? Yeah, but when you get to start looking for stuff like this and you start going through and you're like, no, that's not real. No, that's a complete misidentification. Why'd you dress your dog up like that? And crap like that. We go through thousands of pictures just to try and find something. But this, like I said, it was around Busan in South Korea. I never heard any so much as a warning or in our cultural sensitivity classes we had to take before we go to Korea. They're like, no, there's nothing about this thing. There's nothing about the
Right.
legend of it or anything going over. Like much of everywhere else we go in the world, it's just not there. But
Yeah.
these guys believe in it. They really believe in it, from what I've been able to
Well,
read, especially in
there
that
was
local
a
area.
there was a recent horror movie, I think, in Korea called Bum, which was based on this creature, which basically the premise of the movie was that it was like a doppelganger where it devoured this woman's daughter and then it took on her appearance.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like, Wendigo skinwalker-ish kind of creature. Yeah, it's supposed to be bad news. But yeah, its
yeah,
body kind of looks like a sloth, cat-like features. It's
yeah. The
white.
face is kind of weird. I mean, but that's just that's probably artist caricatures and artist rendition there that coming
Right.
into that play. But yeah, I mean, 2 or 3-toed sloth, I mean, is what it kinda looks like to me too.
Yeah.
But they're saying it's the size of a man.
Right.
So, what do you do in that situation? Aggie got it right. It's a 3-toed Yeti sloth.
Yeah, our cryptids are kind of weak sauce compared to American cryptids. America's got some crazier cryptids than us. Our
Oh, yeah.
Korea's very
Yeah.
limited in size and scope, especially in the wilderness. So, like, even like a place like Jangsan Mountain, like
Yeah.
you've seen the mountains in Korea; they're pretty small. You
Yeah,
could pretty much just
they're
hike up one in a day.
they're like the Green Mountains in, southern Vermont, northeast there,
Right?
they're not
Yeah,
no Rocky Mountains or nothing like that.
nothing
They're
like that.
mountains Appalachians. I'll say they're more like the Appalachians.
Right?
So, but yeah, I mean,
They're more like just really big hills.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
even if you go up to the biggest one, you're what, only 3,000 feet above sea level, if that?
Oh, Texas talking junks.
Oh my goodness. He gonna talk
He's
junk.
making fun. He's making fun of
Okay,
our barbecue sauce.
that's all right. He can make fun of it. He can make fun of it all he wants because I've had bulgogi. Trust me, that's some good stuff. I've had kugogi too, but that's side the point. We won't talk about that later.
Oh, I know what
All
you're
right,
talking about.
so we got that one, but we were talking about that and me, and me being there and not having ever gotten an actual how can I put it an actual warning of the wildlife other than you had your normal smaller cats. What was the main cat there? Kind of like a bobcat, right? But I can't remember the name of it. Wasn't there some smaller
Like a
cat,
lynx?
smaller? Yeah, like a lynx. Don't you? Wasn't there lynx in?
Now, Korea was famous originally. It was famous for tigers
So
until
it
they
was
were
tigers
all
then.
wiped out by the Japanese
Yeah,
colonialists. Thanks a
yeah,
lot, Japan. Yeah,
yeah.
and so yeah, but that is the national, I guess, animal, right?
Okay.
That's like the bald eagle
Well,
here.
I mean, during our briefs, obviously, like I said, they said
Yeah.
something about wildcats, but I don't know if they were really talking about true bobcats or lynx or something like that.
Hmm.
Definitely wasn't leopards. We weren't in a spot where leopards were at. Even though I think there could have been leopards there real easy, especially in that climate. There really could have been leopards there, no
I
problem.
think there were stories of at one point, like back in Korea's like history, where they did
Yeah,
say they did have their own version of leopards, but yeah, not anymore.
yeah, yep. But there's another. Let's call it a. It's not so much cryptid, even though they're saying
Mhm.
it's a North Korean cryptid, is what I was looking up, and it's it's a mutation to me, and it's maybe an endangered, but it looks like a Sumatran tiger, and they call it. the blue tiger. And
Yep.
this is one of the specimens. Now, it's obviously not no tinfoil or anything like that. This is a real creature. But from what I can see, it's just like when you have a white tiger versus a regular Sumatran tiger. White tigers are mostly Bengal tigers for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Different subspecies, don't get me wrong. But this one looks like a Sumatran to me. It looks like a Sumatran tiger that's just got some sort of coloring. I don't want to say adaptation. Let's call it adaptation.
Or
Because
maybe
quite
it's, yeah.
frankly, yeah, because quite frankly, if you look at it, wouldn't the way he's colored right there blend in more with those rocks?
Yeah, it would.
So I don't know. I mean, because like I said, but they're saying that these were mainly in China. We talked about it before. They're mainly in China, but that
Mm-hmm.
they had started. They were seen around uh, the border between North and South Korea at one point.
Right.
And I got somebody. Why is he sending me email? Text. Stop interfering. He would give me that crap. Call Bob and have him give you a call. Okay, so he sent me something. Brandi sent something here. Oh, no, 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 no.
What
I
happened?
will put this one up. I'm gonna have to grab this one and she'll
Oh.
probably kill me if I do this, but we're gonna do it. So I'll get
Uh-oh.
it up here in a few minutes. But we'll talk some more about this one. Then we'll get into a couple of ghost pictures that I got from Fredericksburg as well. So, but once again, I mean, we're not talking about anything that's earth shattered or anything. It's just an adaptation or some sort of like an albinism,
Yeah.
in
I've never
humans
seen a
or
tiger
other.
colored that way.
Never, never once. I've seen
No.
white and I've seen orange, and I've seen some that were almost black, but
Right.
I've never seen one like this. Yeah, Aggie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he
pretty
likes his
glammed
cap
up.
locks on all the time.
That's a glammed up tiger right there.
It is. So, but anywho, yeah, that was one I saw, and it kind of caught me off guard by saying,
Mm-hmm.
"Why would you consider this a cryptid to start with?" But once again, it came up on a search of North Korean cryptids, is what it was. And I'm not even going to bring up the other part of it, with well, I'll bring up the whole thing so we can talk about that top one because that's the only picture I was able to find of that one lake monster.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and let you talk about that a little bit, unless you plan
Sure.
on doing it more with uh, Jason at a later
No.
date or
No,
something.
no, no.
But
We could talk about that. Yeah.
that one, while it didn't catch me off guard, the one in the middle is one that caught me off guard. I'm like, how does a duck become a cryptid? I mean, who's making up the rules for what's cryptid and what isn't anymore? Extinct species are not cryptids for the most
Right.
part. Now, I like to screw with Brandi as much as anybody else, and throw stuff out there about thylacines just to see how mad I can make her. But that's just, my fun. But I'm not going to go out and just say, hey, no, this is what this is, and this is what this is. And I'm like, yeah, no.
Although I do kind of like the idea of a cryptid duck.
It's kind of cool sounding,
I
yes.
kind of like
But
the idea of that. Dogman, Bigfoot, and the cryptid duck.
okay, well, this is going to be a caricature of a cryptid duck because I can't find any pictures of it anywhere. The crested shell duck, then.
It's a
That
cryptid,
looks like a
folks.
pheasant to me.
Dogman fears that thing.
I'm telling you, Dogman, he might as well go hide and sit there and wait to, never mind. I'll be quiet on that one then.
Yeah, we need to come up with new cryptids.
Yeah, I guess we need to go out and find
Yeah, the
some
old ones are getting
and
kind of
just
old.
do our own thing,
Yeah.
But so yeah, I mean, but look, the crested shell duck obviously was species of bird native to parts of China, Korea, Russia, and Japan. Last accepted sighting of the birds. Who wrote this? I'm like, what the
I don't think the person
last
fully
sighting of the birds?
understood what a cryptid was, whoever wrote that.
No, this
Yeah.
is an extinct because the last birds came in 1964. However, there have been a handful of sightings since. Okay, you can talk about the debated sightings in 1971. Who is going out with 2 men and 4 women and apparently spotted a crested shell duck out of the blue over a river in North Korea? And yes, we know that's a crested shell duck. Why?
How come no one was able to take a picture of it, Randy?
That
No
was
one get to bring back a
1971 first.
picture.
First of all, it was
They had
1971.
cameras back then.
Well, yeah, but I don't think they wanted to set up the
Yeah.
tripod and try and tell the duck to slow down for 2 seconds so we can get the flash ready to go and watch it
would've been the-
explode like it's a Three Stooges cartoon, type
It would have
thing.
been a
So
Patterson Gimlin film of the duck cryptid.
that would have been hilarious if they'd had an 8mm in
Yeah.
71. Do you think these guys ever thought about there being a duck, a cryptid duck that they might be getting some video of? I mean, they didn't go out with no camera. They were going
We
out
need
with
to
2
create a
guys.
new branch. We need to create a new branch of cryptozoology, Randy. The duck
The
cryptid.
ducks. We're going with Duckman.
The
I'm
crested shell
gonna
duck.
figure out Duckman. You know what? That would fit some of those tracks that they were talking about the last couple 3-4 weeks or whatever.
Right.
That's 3 toed. Hey, it's Duckman. It's Duckman.
I mean, they got Goatman now, right?
Oh, Goatman's been around for years.
Yeah, they got Dogman now. They got Goatman. I've heard some people talk about a Catman. I'm waiting for
Yep.
Pigman. That would be terrifying.
Well, they did have one another show. Yeah, there we go. Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck works. But I think Howard the Duck was a little bit more badass than this crested shell duck. So, okay, so I'll let you talk about this one here. I'm going to zoom in more to the picture.
The Lake Tianchi monster. Yep. Okay,
this is
so that's the actual Lake Tianchi is actually the Chinese word. That's actually in Korea. They're known as the monster of Mount Paektu. Paektu is the largest mountain or the tallest mountain in like China, Korea. It actually sits on the North Korean Chinese border. And what it is it's like this giant extinct volcano, and where the caldera is, it's just like a lake. So it's just this big lake on top of a mountain. And there have been sightings of these creatures going back years, numerous, of people saying that they've spotted, like, it was described as like having the body of a hippo, but being very reptilian in its appearance. And there was no other. Yeah, and people had apparently sighted these creatures swimming around, frolicking in that lake.
Okay. Yeah.
The mountain, the Mount Paektu monster is what it's called. And yeah, it's like a mammal or reptilian creature, but all I know is it's got the body of a hippo.
Got the body of a hippo.
Yeah, or it looks similar to a hippo in its body shape.
Now, obviously, it's being shown to us by the infamous red circle there. So,
right.
As I look at it closer and closer with that camera, it looks like a fly. It looks like a fly going across the camera as it's being taken. However, I wanted to ask you, this over here, doesn't that look like lava?
Yep.
Fresh hot lava.
It's an extinct volcano. Yep, that's the caldera.
Yeah. Okay. So, if that hot lava's still right there, that means that water's got to be.
Oh no! I don't think. Yeah, no, I think that's all like just. Yeah, no, it's not like. Yeah.
Because it really looks like flowing lava to me. See if I
Most people understand it as being extinct, an extinct volcano, but some people think that it's still actually active and just dormant right now.
Well, they're never really extinct, so it doesn't. It may be dormant, but it's never going to be really extinct. But yeah, I just happened to look at that. I was like, that kind of looks like actual lava right there. So, but if it was real lava, we'd be seeing steam come out of all this area right here,
right?
When they took that picture. But as I
the whole
zoom
thing would have
back
been
into
covered in
this,
steam. Yeah.
I mean, if you look at that, there's nothing coming out of the water. It's not coming out of the water. It looks like it's flying across, and they just caught it in a still when they were taking a picture.
That could be anything, man. I mean,
Yeah,
that could be
it looks like a fly to me, some sort of fly or bird, something. But I don't think it's come out of the water. Is that this lake monster actually lives in and around the water, right?
Right. And unfortunately, there's no one can go to investigate it ever. Right, because it's deep in North Korean country, and good luck investigating there.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
but yeah, I thought it was kind of cool. But that's all I could really find out of North Korea, and quite frankly, if we're talking about South Korea, they're not known as much for their cryptids as you are the actual ghosts and the spirit world.
Right. Yeah.
That
We got
those
a lot
mountains,
more ghost stories. Yeah.
yeah, the mountains around Busan and stuff like that. There's so much legend and folklore through there, and that was one of our briefs when we went. Said, do not make fun or laugh at them when they're telling you these stories because they take it deadly serious.
Right.
They really do. So, hey,
Would
I'm not one to say
would
that.
Korea, would places like Korea and Japan, what they lack in cryptids, they more than make up for it with ghost stories and ghost
Oh,
legends. We got a ton.
yeah. See, Ajima that we had in, I believe it was 91 when we were there. Uh, late 91. No, it was 92. No, it wasn't. Yeah, it was 91. Anyway, late 91 when we were there, we got briefed when we went there and said, hey, they're going to tell you some ghost stories, demon stories, and stuff like that because they want to talk. You know, they always want
Yeah.
to talk to us, just like in Germany, the Germans wanted to talk, and we wanted to
Right.
talk. We want to be friends. I don't know if they were setting me up to go take me out and shank me or what, but I don't know. I have no earthly idea. But when you talk to the locals and stuff, you learn more about that area, obviously. Boy, when they start talking about the demons of the woods and stuff,
Yeah.
dude, I didn't want to go out to the field. I was like, "Woo, wait a second, hold up. We need to think about this now. I do not want to go out to the field if I got to deal with that."
Yeah, we got some gnarly ghost stories, gnarly ones.
All right, so we've done that one. That's pretty much
Mhm.
all I'm going to do with cryptids today. We're going to
Okay.
look at a couple of ghost pictures now,
Okay.
and this is from right down the road from you, and right down the road from where I was at uh, in Fort Belvoir, Virginia, at one time.
Okay.
This is in Fredericksburg. These are mainly done from their ghost tours that people have done. And I went out and kind of grabbed them when I was looking up the Gettysburg stuff. I found some
Mhm.
stuff on the on Fredericksburg stuff, and I'm like, Fredericksburg's got a nice history about it as well. And this one was taken on one of their tours by a lady out of, I want to say it was Japan. Actually, I actually think it was a lady out of Japan, and she
Really?
gave them the picture, a copy of the picture when they got back from it for them to put on their website. And I'm guessing they did the red circling part or whatever. But as you can see, the lady's snapping pictures, and there it is right there. You can see the face in the window.
That definitely looks like a face to me.
Yeah, but here's the thing that gets me. I mean, you can see there is no seaming, and there's no how can I put it? There's no obvious signs of tampering with this film or with this picture at all. And the more I
Mm.
zoom in, you see it starts to pixelate. So I'm it's done with a digital camera,
Mhm.
but the face doesn't pixelate as much as the rest of the photo does. It's almost like the face stays almost intact.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
I mean, because
Wait,
can I?
what do we know about this building now?
This building was a there was a shop, Golly. Hang on, I'll look real quick. It's the old printing, the old newspaper area. It was part of their old town area. You know how most of the areas, the cities up there have a quote unquote old town. This is Old Town Fredericksburg, from what I was reading on it, and this was the old newspaper, the
Mm.
old newspaper building that I guess it may even still be in use. I don't know if they're still doing that paper or not. This is supposedly that, and this was taken about 2010, I believe.
I think it's hilarious that it was a Japanese tourist.
Yeah, and that's why I was looking at. It, I was like, okay, yeah, this is kind of weird. We're talking about the other ones, and they're like, I got to throw this one up. But I mean, you can't really make out, per se, eyes or well, yeah, I guess you can. You can make out the eyes a little bit, but it looks like a little girl looking out the window. Honestly, to me, I don't know if that would be considered hair or just a spectral image of a cloak or a hood. I mean, but I would have thought with the time frame of that building that would be the hair. I mean, we're talking about probably 40s, 50s time frame is what I'm betting.
40s and 50s.
Yeah.
Maybe that
I was,
ghost was looking out the window and saw that Japanese person and was like, "Oh no, they won the war.
yeah, that could be.
Oh no,
That
we
could be.
lost."
We go back into Family Guy and go back with the Stewie's time machine and play with it again. But I mean, as you back out into the normal size, I mean, even without the red circle, if you're taking that picture, it's
You see it
my
pretty
my
clearly.
yeah. My only issue is that it happens in the one that's right there at the light, and something is causing a reflection right here, as you can see where the face is at that pane of glass.
Hmm.
It looks like a reflection from a building across the street or something like that.
Yeah,
Whereas this one obviously has blinds. These have blinds. This one has blinds here. This one does not. This one does not. This one does not. If it does, you can't see them. Let's put it that way. And it looks like if I'm looking at it close enough, the blinds are pulled up on this one.
right.
So I know it's just the way somebody left it that day or something. I'm betting, and we didn't take to drop the shades when we left the building, that kind of deal. So who knows? But I can't say it's truth. I can't say it's tinfoil because it's something. There's something that was caught right there. I think I've got another version of it here as well. Here we go. This is the full picture.
Oh, okay.
Now, see, it's right above the 5 and dime right there.
Hmm.
And then you got this whole area. You know how they are there. You got shops down low. You got living spaces up top or other shops, one of the two. This looks like a living space here
Right.
because of the balcony, and it may not be. It may be another part of this. I won't say club, but or whatever this area. But there's people in there, so I'm assuming it's some sort of service area,
Yeah,
i.e.,
like a restaurant.
restaurant,
Yeah.
ice cream parlor, whatever you want to call it. But there's that same picture, and now you see where would that reflection come from? Now you know what I mean. And you see how much it digitizes or it pixelates now when I zoom in.
Yeah.
So, and that's the actual size of that one. So you'd have to get up on it to actually see that.
Hmm.
And this was, like I said, this was done on one of the ghost tours. Fredericksburg has a robust ghost tour industry down there. So, all right. So we got that one. I'm still gonna say I ain't gonna say truth. I ain't gonna say temple. I kind of like it the way it is. Yeah, Eve's like if I'd have taken the picture, I wouldn't have thought nothing about it originally.
Hmm.
I'm still looking at pictures I've taken 2 years ago and seeing stuff that I didn't see before. So, and stuff we've done investigations. I've done investigation with Brandi. I've done investigation with Tex. We've done the Hill House. I've gone through and I've looked at some of the stuff at least once. But some of it still I haven't even touched yet. I mean, because it's just such a long process to get it done. I got to be able to sit down for you know 5 hours to go through pictures and so yeah, that don't work a lot.
Yeah. Just staring at
So
pictures all day.
oh yeah, and then my mama hollers at me and said, "What are you doing?" Nothing, ma'am. Not one thing. All right, we're gonna go to the jailhouse now. Or corrections, not the jailhouse. Let me see what I got here. Choo, 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 choo. All right, here we go. All right, this one's still in Fredericksburg.
Okay.
I really don't like the circles. I wish people would stop doing that and let people figure it out for themselves. But it's the only way I can get some of the pictures. This one, I'm not for sure that this was just an old building. Now it says right here, blown glass. It's a blown glass shop, is what it is.
There used to be a jailhouse.
I don't know if it was a jailhouse or not. I mean, it
Hmm.
kind of looks like it gives you the vibe of being a jailhouse, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, like those old timey, like
Yeah, you talking
You
about
know,
like
yeah,
the
but
old
why would it
West,
have three
throw 'em in
doors
the
though?
that I can't tell you, and
Right.
I don't know if all of them open either. I don't know if they all have.
Yeah.
I mean, I see handles and stuff like that. I'm not for sure, but as you can see, something in there, and this could easily be, just some, you know, a somebody left something on, and somebody's in there that nobody knows about. But you can see somebody left some electronics and lights on inside, and now you've got a silhouette of something when it's supposed to be closed and locked up.
Maybe it's a reflection of the person actually taking the picture.
Originally, that's what I had thought too, but to be
Yeah.
that crisp and his arms are not up like he's taking the
Hmm.
picture, his
Right.
arms are straight down. It looks like something looking out, but once again, we don't know. We can't tell for sure what that is. I mean, it's a torso. It's a torso. It's a reflection of some sort or a shadow of some sort, but we don't
Right.
know what it is. So
And I
the
can't tell if that light in the window is actually coming from within the building or if it's being reflected from
uh,
outside.
exactly, it's hard to tell. Like this one for sure. I don't know for sure about this. That looks like coming from a shot behind behind the cameraman.
Right.
So, but being as it's not really straight on, you would think this reflection wouldn't come up as easy, I guess you might say, but it very well could be from an object back this way, and with angles and such, it just happens to reflect that particular way. Very well could be. I just think that usually, when you look at a reflection, it's usually blurred a little bit, and that's pretty sharp lines for a shadow.
Hmm.
But a reflection, shadow, yes, but a reflection, it could be easily be that, it could easily be that crisp. But it was what was this place called? The blown glass, and was it something Barnstone,
I think it's
Bonestone?
downtown something.
Is that downtown?
I think so. I think that's his
Yeah, it's hard to
downtown.
tell, yeah. But it's the blown glass place. We know that. And this one says, well, we can't see it. See, it all digitizes out or
Right.
pixels out by the time you get to it. Like that one, uh, yeah, I couldn't tell you if I tried, honestly. You see sale though, so something's being sold in there.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna say the jury's out.
Yeah, that one the again, I can't tell
It,
if that light's coming from inside or outside.
yeah, it's
Oh,
hard to say
it's
because
hard to
these
say.
easily street light right there, back behind the cameraman, and then
Right.
another off angle, and somebody standing in front of the light that's being reflected. So it's just a reflection of that and the person in front of the light
Also, if the light source was coming from inside the building, wouldn't you think there'd be more of an ambient light kind of quality
coming
coming,
out.
yeah.
You would think so, yeah. I mean, that's a good observation. I did not even think about that before, but the if you zoom in, I mean, because this, yeah, it's got to be reflections of some sort, I would guess,
Right.
because you could easily kind of see maybe this is the top of buildings across the street
Yeah,
right
because the
here,
rest of it's so pitch dark black
black.
that you're like,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it would be there would be an ambience to it if it was coming
yeah,
from
I
inside.
think you're right about that. So, yeah, you got me convinced on that one. Guess what? You get your first
Oh, I earned a
tinfoil on that one.
tinfoil.
You earned a
Yes.
tinfoil on that one. I didn't even think about that when I was looking at it. I was just like, okay, well, this is coming from the inside. It didn't even dawn on me that the reflection from behind him or her taking this picture could have caused this kind uh, of a reflection from that side. So
Right.
yeah, I'm with you. That's gonna be a tinfoil. We're gonna tinfoil that one.
Yes, I earned my first tinfoil. Nice.
Yeah, you got your first tinfoil. I tell you what, out working in the backyard yesterday, kicking my you know what. So all right, now I am going to remove that screen and I'm going to play a certain video you sent.
Yeah.
Okay. This
Okay,
video,
let me introduce this one real quick.
Yes, I want you
This
to
is
introduce
one
it.
of the most famous purported ghost captured unintentionally on film videos, probably in like modern Asian history. This was a little background. This was a commercial for a train company in Hong Kong. And in it, you'll see
Okay.
a group of kids. And yeah, we'll watch it real quick and I'll explain to you what's going on.
Okay. I'm gonna bring it up. I hope that everybody can hear it. I don't know if you
Let's
can or
just
not.
say, okay, let's just say before we press play, one of the kids does not belong in that group.
Okay. Here we go.
All right. Okay. Hit pause. I don't know if you
Okay.
caught that. Did you catch that?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
Where are we at?
so if you look, okay, so when you look at the shot with all of the kids like coming towards the camera, you notice
Okay.
the very last kid on the back, he's like that boy with the hat. He's like the kind of
The little
chubby
fat
boy.
boy?
He kind
Yeah.
of he kind of swings his head out, right? But then you see a little girl's head with her head down. You just see the top of her head behind the kid. But when they go
Okay.
to the shot of all the kids from behind, it's just the boy who's the last one on the train.
Okay. We're gonna play this at quarter speed.
Okay. Wait for the see that boy with the head with the hat?
Okay.
He comes out.
Yeah.
Now
Oh, I
look.
saw the hair.
Hold on, it's coming. You see more of her. You see that? So a
Yeah, but
lot of people pointed to that as like that is their like you know that famous clip from Three Men and a Baby where everyone thought they saw that ghost?
yeah.
This is like kind of the Asian equivalent of that because everyone in like Asia, like in the paranormal conspiracy interwebs in Asia, they all point to this
Yeah.
one.
Okay, so there's a little kid about third world back. Then you're gonna see the chubby
The
kid in
one
the
with the hat
rear.
kind of
Yep.
peeks out.
He's gonna pick his head out in a second. Right
Right,
there.
that's him, and he's the one in the back, like when you
Okay.
show from the when they show from the rear, but then look behind
Okay.
him.
Right there. The one with her
Right
head
there.
down.
Yeah, head down, she's got pigtails.
I'll be dang. Yeah, and there's no arms really grabbing it. It kind of gives you the want that it's this arm, but it isn't.
Right,
Two different shirts
right.
all the way around. And
No
she's
face.
yeah, there's no face. It's like she's got her head down and the pigtails sticking up. You know what I mean?
Right,
Now I'm gonna back this up a couple of frames, I hope. Okay, so he's there. You see your hair starting right there,
right.
and then it's further out, and he's gone in. So
And then if you go and then the next shot is them from behind, and then you see the
yeah,
last one on the back is the boy.
without the actual,
Yeah.
without that,
According to legend, this commercial was apparently they tracked down the people who initially filmed it, and they
yeah,
asked them if there was that little girl in the back, and they had no memory of any little girl. And apparently, with the forest where this was supposedly filmed was like
yeah.
known for being like an ancient and kind of haunted forest. So yeah, this one's got all these rumors flying around about it over in Asia.
Wow, that's cool. I mean, because honestly, now, like I said, we're seeing it. We're barely seeing it. Don't get me wrong,
But
but
there's definitely someone there,
there's something there. I mean, because there he is. Okay, you see his
right?
arm.
Yeah,
When she comes out, that she's behind him. There's no doubt she's behind him.
right.
I mean, honestly, that's just right there. That is
And the other
kind of
kids all look so happy and they're jumping. Why has she got her head down like that? You know?
yeah. I mean, there's no face. Let's see if I can freeze it right on it.
And it's not like it was a hoax or nothing, because
No, it was. This is
Asian
just a
people, they don't
capture.
do stuff like that. This
No,
was a
this is just a
train
straight capture.
commercial.
Yeah.
It was meant
I
to be a
mean,
heartwarming commercial for a train company. That's all it
yeah, and
was.
for people out in podcast land, you know, this photo, this is out on, it's train advertisement in Hong Kong, 1993. If you're gonna go look at it
Right.
on YouTube, but I'm playing it at a quarter speed right now, and you saw the first bit of her hair just right there,
Right.
and then he goes back in, and there she comes out, and his arm's still up here.
Yeah.
His arm's still up here, and there she is. Now, the problem I've got now is if you look at his shirt right there, and it may be due to lighting, obviously more than anything else, but his shirt there is more white than what it showed in that head-on shot.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? But it could have been due to the lighting too.
Right.
So,
Or they could have just switched the order for that other shot. You know, they just could have just been
it
like
could have been.
cut. Yeah.
Yeah, it very well could have been because his hat's right, I think. That kind of checkered hat.
Yeah, that could be
Can't.
right.
Yeah,
It's hard to
could be.
tell. It's far away.
Yeah, I can't really tell from there, but I don't know. He may not be that boy that's in that particular picture right there, but this right here, if he's the last one, you know, which it looks like he is the last one. It looks very much like he is the last one in the line.
Right.
And that one right there there's no hat, there's no face, either the head's down or something is attached and going along for the ride with them. That's my personal opinion. Something's decided to attach and go along with them. So
This one's famous. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, I'll do some more research on this, and maybe when we get back to it, because I want to do in the next several weeks. I mean, we're talking about doing haunted locations a lot now, and we got
Yeah.
ships coming up pretty soon. You know, we're going to talk about the Queen Mary and other ships that are supposedly haunted, you know, and such. We're also going to try and look at the suicide forest of Japan.
Okay.
That one has always been one that's intrigued me, and every time I see a documentary about it, I try to watch it because usually you find something new every time you watch it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I want to try and hit that one up, but it's one of those
That
that
would
you
be a
can't do
crazy
a
place
time.
to investigate, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. And you
That
know,
would be a
just like
crazy
the
place.
island of the
Yeah.
dolls down in South America.
Right.
So yeah, but yeah, no, it ain't gonna happen with me. I'm not gonna be doing that at all.
No, I ain't investigating that forest in Japan by myself at night. That's something Tex would do. Tex would totally
Oh
do
no,
that.
no, we've had a talk with him about that. He can't do that stuff no more. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, so you know, I try to get out of their way usually by 6 o'clock, but we're going a little bit over today. I'm going to throw out the new one. Thanks, guys, for everybody being here. Donnie, it was great having you here.
Yeah.
Next week, I'll talk with Brandi some more. Hopefully, she's done playing hooky on me and going all these crazy. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. I was supposed to show this. Brandi, I hope you watch this because Tex made me do this.
Uh-oh.
If I can find it here. This is this is what Tex sent me. And this is dedicated to Brandi. He sent it to me, so Brandi, it's his fault.
Hmm.
We're gonna close y'all out with this one. This is from the Falk Festival.
Only Squatch.
That one's gonna be.
Who drew that? Did Jason draw that?
I don't know.
I think
I don't know
Jason
if that's
drew
Jason
that.
or not. You think Jason drew that one?
I think that might have been a Jason McLean production.
Yes, we're gonna blame Jason no matter what. Anyway, hey, good seeing everybody. Hope you guys had fun. We had a blast. And I will see y'all next week. We've got a new email. Remember that down at the bottom. And I got a new
Tex was like, yes, he did.
Yep, I went ahead and got a new one, so I quit sending stuff to my woodworking website, or my woodworking email. So, but we'll see y'all next time.
Later.